This universe. Give me your sandwich. Sandwiches, please. Sandwichy. Gotta get a sandwich for me. A sandwich, please. Can I get a sandwich? Get me something to eat. I need some calories. We need music in the background. Hador! Oh, my head, bro. My head.
Seen the transformation.
Skip. Not too shabby. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna let the people tune in. I know we haven't had a Raw Just Chatting in a minute. I feel like my system updated. I have some ideas I want to work on. Where your wife now? Ladies and gentlemen, I have something to share with you guys. It's not about me, though. It's about the world. Drago! Amigo! How we doing? Hey, Drago. What is going on with the world, man? What is going on with the world, bro? I have no clue. Hold on, Draco. Like, we gotta talk about it, man. We gotta talk about it. The more I try to avoid drama, the more it appears. Bro, it's stupid, man. Flat out stupid. Like, everything that's going on right now is goofy, bro. But honestly, I also have to say I'm not surprised. Like, I'm not surprised that people respond the way that they respond when things happen. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't even know where to start. It's like every day you find out something new. You know? You find out something new every other day. But I'm just not surprised by any of it. It's crazy, man. First you got politics. Now you got TikTok. And the way people responded. And then what I found out that people are doing today. Man, it is not that serious, bro. It's not that serious. People still call the special needs special. It'll never end. It will never end. And I know that sometimes I usually make like jokes about certain things. And then when I see it happen, I'm just not surprised. Sometimes, you kind of hate to be right. I had a reaction video that I was working on. And I haven't posted it yet. Because I was taking the initial information. But now there's more information relative to that video that I posted. And I'm like, well, now I have more to talk about. But then at the same time, it's like, I'm not surprised that people responded to the TikTok ban the way that they did. Like, people are going crazy. And for me, I'm like, bro, people posting and crying about it. And then they started moving over to Red Note. I'm like, people have a serious addiction right now. But to them, I don't think they even see it as an addiction. Because they practically grew up with it. Crazy, man. Me personally, I uninstalled TikTok years ago. Never bothered getting back on it. Like, when I first downloaded TikTok, I was just scrolling through. And after a while, I'm like, bro, I'm done. I'm done. Deleted my account, uninstalled it after my GF left me. I understand how you feel, amigo. I understand how you feel. When I was in high school, the girl I was talking to, when I finally said that I was done, I cut off my whole friend group. Because we all had the same friends. We had the same friend group. But let me relax. And I am now working on mods for Bellatrix. Drake, you be working on is there a particular app that you would use for mods, or you really have to know like C++ and you know like coding? Is it more like a coding thing that you need to know? And if you learn the coding, you can pretty much mod any game. I never actually looked into how mods for video games were built.
Meet Panera's new Ciabatta Dippers, a duo built for dipping, here for a limited time.
You make it through security so fast.
It only uses LUA in terms of modding. What does that stand for? Oh, it's a language. I hear you. That's what the coding language is called. Working on a Magic the Gathering mod. It's called Magic the Jokering. But right, aren't all of the Jokers in the game do something different? So you're going to mod the cards that are already different. So you're going to make them nasty. I understand. Well, there's already like 80 something cards at it. Listen, okay? Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. All week, I have been hearing about people crying. All week. But me, I'm not into politics, right? So I don't see the point in making any kind of reaction video on like political things. But I can see how it does affect people. Like I do see that. I know some people are worried. I think about it this way. Like imagine if you were talking to somebody who kind of fit into the category of the people who can and might be affected by like, you know, everything that's going on. But that, you know, that's why like for me, like, you know, I'm not really into politics. Because if there's one thing that all languages understand, right, regardless of what part of the planet, you know, you're on, at least to some degree, is finances. You know, it is money. Everyone understands that. You know, you need coin to be able to accomplish, you know, certain things. Anything outside of that is you know, you have to make sure you do your research. And of course, what I said makes no sense at all. What am I trying to say with that? What I'm trying to say is, outside of trying to break through and forge my own path in life, and trying to build myself up in a positive and productive manner, both personally and professionally, I pay less attention to the world of politics, because if you're looking for things to be like annoyed and offended by, you will find those things. And you know, for me, I just want to try and do what I can, you know, within this crazy system that we have. And with that, what I want to do is I want to limit I want to limit like sharing thoughts on something that I may not be fully knowledgeable on. That's why I'm not quick to jump to making reaction videos on things that happen, because you know there's, you know, two sides to a story. Sometimes, you know, arguably they kind of change that phrase and say, oh, there are three sides to a story. It's, you know, it's your side, my side, and the truth, right? And it's like I said a while ago when we had you know, just chatting streams. We live in a sensitive time right now, where it seems like, at least especially now, you know, there are a lot of highlights of things that are happening. You know, it's bad enough that we already had to deal with what is it? What was that one thing that was kind of bugging me at the time? How people were so attracted, how people on social media are looking for like instant, you know, instant gratification, like they're looking for instant results. And I do feel that or I have seen that TikTok has been like one of those remedies that has given people instant results. Because if somebody is doing the dance and it's trending, if you do the dance on your TikTok and you have the right tags, you might get like, you know, 1,000 views or something like that, maybe 10,000 views on something like that, right? And there aren't so many platforms that you can go out there and do something like that. And that's why I feel like TikTok, you know, being banned and then coming back, but in the US you can't download it, so it's kind of banned in a way. And then to see people flip out because of it, shows me that you have to build a life outside of social media and the internet. Now, of course, the internet is a major part of that, but you can be involved in the internet and not be caught up in social media stuff. I just think that, you know, TikTok has become used by so many people in the US that you really see that people are almost crippled without it. An app, bro, an app really is that serious? That's like playing your favorite video game. The servers drop, and you know there would be no more support for the servers, and then eventually you can't play your favorite game anymore. You don't really hear about too many gamers going nuts over something like that. I just feel like, the effect that TikTok has had on people growing up has been so massive that I do feel that if that's how people react to the band, I'm gonna just go download another one that's just like it. Oh, I'm gonna start posting videos of me just crying hysterically about the band. I feel like TikTok has unintentionally become like a poison for young people. Not even young people, just people that consume social media content and short form content, you know? But I'm not like saying that, TikTok is bad. What I'm saying is people have developed a dependency on TikTok because a lot of people grew up with, a lot of people are growing up with phones, and a lot of people are growing up with TikTok. Because remember, COVID put everybody and their uncle in the house. So what were people doing? Buying Nintendo Switches and consuming TikTok content. The only problem that I ever had with TikTok when I had it and when I was trying to post content on it was that the content that I was posting wasn't getting a lot of attention. And as you scroll through, you see, okay, it's a cute girl dancing. It's another cute girl dancing. It's another cute girl dancing. It's another. And then I'm like, bro, I'm off this, bro. Like, I'm off this because I really felt like creativity and putting actual time into like the kind of skit you wanted to do was not getting the level of attention that I felt that it was worthy of getting. So I just got off and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna dance on this app. I'm not the type to follow trends as it is. So I kind of just got off the app and then I invested my time elsewhere. But shortly after I got off of TikTok, what ended up happening? Instagram came out with Instagram Reels, and then YouTube came out with YouTube Shorts. So, YouTube and Instagram have incorporated one of the most successful forms of content that TikTok has ever thought of, which was short form content. Videos that you have 15 seconds. And then I know we stretched it up to 30 seconds and then now 3 minutes. I will say TikTok has put a lot of people on the map, bro. A lot of people have been able to monetize off of TikTok, whereas had it not been for TikTok, I don't know if they would have been able to monetize off of it. So shout out to TikTok for what it has done for the revenue that it has generated, at least here in the U.S. But now I guess TikTok has become, so strong that people feel as though it's a threat. And then to see how people reacted to it too. It's crazy. Then you got then you have all of the fires in California, man. And that's the thing. You see all of these people crying about how TikTok is about to be banned. But those same people aren't crying about what's happening in California. Wait until it starts hitting home. Then your mindset will change. You know? If there was one thing that I know for sure, is that the world goes on. The world goes on. If it isn't happening in your backyard, people do not pay attention to certain things because it's out of sight, out of mind. I once listened to the radio, and I think a lady was talking about how there was an escaped prisoner, right? Who had escaped from prison, and he was out for like 2 weeks. Now, I kid you not, this is what I heard on the radio. The lady was like, "Oh, when they told me that the person was in my state, I thought that it was pretty interesting, and now that the person is in my city, 10 mile, 10 miles around this area, it's not so interesting anymore." And I'm like, of course it's not. When something is happening elsewhere and it doesn't direct you directly, oh, it's all fun and games until broski is in your backyard. And that's scary. And the first time I heard about it, I'm like, bro, like they gotta find this. They have to go find him. If they don't find him, it's gonna be a bad day. People don't see that. Like, some people are so drawn to drama, but from a distance. I'm like, nah, keep that same energy. Because I look at it like, ain't none of it fun and interesting. Ain't none of that. Like, what? Come on, man. Don't nobody got time for that. Oh, now that he's basically in my backyard, I'm afraid for my family. Bro, you should have been afraid since the day that man got loose, because you don't know where he could have ended up. It's like situations like that. Like, every once in a while, like, the radio be playing and I hear something goofy on it, and I'll turn it off. I'll turn it off after a while, because people say stupid things, man. People say stupid things. But I don't know what else to say.
Have you heard of CarParts.com? Check this out.
They have over 1 million quality parts?
That are guaranteed.
Can I help you? You want a piece? No. But yeah, man. The funny thing is, I've been hearing about what's going on the radio, but I haven't heard people like in person really talk about what's going on in the U.S. right now. I haven't really heard about it. I know that people are worried and people are concerned. And the only thing that I can say is that each and every one of us is just going to have to sit here and we're going to have to see how things play out. That's how I. That's how I. That's how I've been looking at it. There is nothing more that I can say, you know, about that because things are changing, and things are changing like live. You know. Here's what I do remember. Just kind of backtracking a little bit to TikTok, right? Here's what I do remember. There was like this debate that was going on, right? And people were comparing the US to China, right? And they were, in particular, they were comparing like the children. No, because that can be taken out of context. It's not that they were comparing the children. They were comparing morals, values. Yeah, they were comparing the morals and values of people born and raised in China versus people born and raised here in the US. And in particular, they were looking at the education system, right? Well, no, the education system was a part of it. So what was being compared was they were looking at how people in the West, right? They're focusing on more STEM related content, lessons, and like trades, right? And then they panned over to look at the U.S. and oh look at what people are getting famed for in the U.S. Dancing, things, you know, dancing and doing these trends that contribute to society in no way, shape, or form. And that is what's being highlighted and praised. Now, of course, that's all like debatable content. I do see, like, you know, both sides. I get it. I see that. Unfortunately, you know, we live in a world where people want to be celebrities so bad, or people want to make a name for themselves in the realm of social media so bad that they're willing to follow the trends. And then when someone's video pops and it's popular and they go viral now and they're getting all of this attention, there's a part of me that feels that and will always feel like there are so many people that just aren't ready for that level of fame, you know? I think about it in this way. Like, for me personally, let's say my channel blew up overnight. Now I have 100,000 people tuning in and, you know, asking me all of these questions. They want to know me. There may be at least like 5% of the people in that community that might not even like me at all, you know? And then you make it to a level after that where now you can't go outside by yourself anymore. You have to have security. And it's like, man, all I want is an ice cream sandwich. Can't even get that because, you know, you're like, because so many people know you. And so you want to be safe. And I'm like, man, being invisible and being able to kind of just go where you want and not have to worry about people snapping photos or all of these people, you know, men, women coming up to you. Oh, hey, autograph this, autograph that, autograph my drawers. You know, I know I'm cracking jokes and all, but I do think that people who blew up overnight, I really think that there's a portion of them that just weren't prepared for it, you know? And you know what's also funny? Some of the people that blew up on TikTok, you don't even hear about them anymore. You don't even hear about them anymore. You know, and I was watching a short video from Kai Cenat, and in the video he said that I do think that, you know, when it comes down to like streaming and people that want to get into, you know, get into trying to become like a, you know, turning their platforms into like a business, you do have to have a little bit of luck. And I can't invalidate that, because till this day I say you never know what video will pop. You never know what video is going to do it. And for me, the way that I see it, as I grow, as I evolve and build my own character, build me who I am as a person. Nitro, what's going on? I can only hope that that what I learn, I translate that into my channel, and then my channel can prosper as well. And I do think that one of the better things that I've done this year was get a second monitor, because we have a different angle, and if we actually have reaction content, bro, I'm actually doing it. Nitro finished a week of college. You mean finish like week 1, Nitro? Nitro, you posted a video recently. How was that? How was the tournament coming along, Nitro? But that is kind of how I see it. And I'm trying. The things that I've learned, the experiences that I've had, and kind of allowing myself to indulge in different things and not be so stuck on a single form of content, it has helped me, especially with my channel. It has helped me make reaction videos where I otherwise would not have. And because of that, the more I do it, the better I'll get. So I have to keep doing it. Because our last upload was about 10 days ago. So I'm like, okay, Josh, you got to get back into it, because right now you've been posting one reaction video, YouTube upload a week. And I'm like, I know I can manage that. I know I can maintain that. All I have to do is keep it going. So our most recent reaction video, we reacted to Valkyrie, and we reacted to what was going on with Twitch Rivals and Marvel Rivals. And so I'm like, look, I have to keep going. I have to keep trying, because if I don't keep trying, it'll fall apart. It'll just fall apart, and it's like, well, Josh, you didn't even try. And that's why I try, man. That's why I try. Like, I put the time in. I keep moving forward, because it's something that I do want to do. Like, I would like to actually, if I could do YouTube full time, I would do it. If I could do Twitch full time, I would do it. But I really do think that I would want to maintain a job at the same time. And the reason why I would want to maintain a job is because I don't think I want to sit down in a chair for 5 days a week, hours on end. I got to get up and move around. But here's what I think. If I ever do make it to that level, here's what a successful YouTube channel looks like to me. With my current mindset, this is what a successful YouTube channel and Twitch channel looks like to me. If I could get maybe 5,000 followers on Twitch, and maybe 5,000 to 10,000 followers on YouTube, and then whenever I go live, if I could maintain at least 200 to 300 people per stream, that is what Twitch and YouTube success looks like to me. And the reason why is because I will never forget what it's like to stream to no people. I will never forget what it's like to go live and be talking to myself for hours on end, bro. Wasn't nobody watching me. So for me, that would be, I would be fine. I would be grateful, not even satisfied. I would be grateful, for that, because the best, the best thing that I've seen since I've done like multi streaming is like prime example, like Nitro. Every once in a while when Ying tunes into the stream, right? Like you and Ying communicate, and it's not even just I'm just naming a couple people. Drago, you too, right? When I see my YouTube people communicate with my Twitch people, and when I see that, like, it's nice. It's nice to see. And then, what makes it work is the fact that my chat is on my screen. So when Drago responds in the YouTube chat, right? Someone can respond in the Twitch chat and just respond. You guys are responding to each other on different platforms, but that chat has you guys together in the same place. It's little things like that, and that I appreciate, and that's just me. Now I know some people out there be like, "Oh, 10,000? Oh, you gotta aim higher." For me, it's like, absolutely, always aspire to take things to the next level. I just want to be grateful for the journey, and that's kind of how I see it. That's how I see it. I ain't even lying. And I'm actually glad that, the conversation took a turn for like warmer content, because we all know that the world is crazy. We know there's always drama.
Let me ask you a question. Do you love free things?
I do.
Silvernight does too. Our oats are not only certified with
But I don't like free food. But it's kind of where it is. You know what I thought about getting the other day? I thought about buying an actual chessboard. I realized that there are strategies and like placements in chess that I am not aware of, and that's the reason why I've been losing. I did learn one beneficial move in chess. I did learn that. And I think they call it, the move is called the Rook's Pawn. And to illustrate, he was like, "Oh, I see that you guys don't believe me. You guys look skeptical. Allow me to demonstrate. I don't want to look at puzzles. Can I get a daily puzzle though?" White moves. Oh, I'm about to check this clown. Boing! Huh? That wasn't a better move? So what would be... Yeah, I figured that wasn't a better move. That would... Oh... I knew that didn't work. That would be pretty stupid. Oh, cling. What? How was that not smart? Give me a hint. What you want me to do? Move him here? How was that the... Oh, because it threatened the queen. It threatened the queen. So check. Nah, that would be dumb. I don't know what the next move would be. Oh. I mean, but that was a telltale sign of what to do. So I guess the best move would have been threaten the queen, because the queen can start eating. So you threaten the queen moves. Then you take your queen, go Shazam, bop boo bam. Yup, because you baited the queen. You baited the queen. Interesting. But what I wanted to show you guys, I'm only going to get one game because I might end up losing it. Check this out, right? Now, I play first. The strongest move that I know of is I'm at, why is my, oh yeah, I was about, yeah, my rank is dummy low. I start first. The best move that I know of right now that's pretty beneficial is yeah, it's the move that he did. It's the king's the king's pawn, because it opens up the bishop and it opens up your queen. So now, see, and I feel like because you do that, it forces the opponent to actually think about what they want to do, like what their next move is going to be. He looking hungry. It's a pretty interesting move. Should I sacrifice? I want to see if he'll take it. Would he take it? He's thinking about it. Oh, he's thinking about like doing a different move. I'm surprised he didn't take it. Over the rainbow, shining brightly. He kind of sacrifices horse, but he could move that bishop out the way if he wanted to. Oh, the queen was there. Oh yeah, but his queen ain't about to do nothing. Why would it? Why would it? Why would he do that with the queen? He wouldn't sacrifice his queen like that. But you see, now that I'm actually kind of paying attention, I'm not just moving pieces all over the place. They actually have to think about what I'm doing. He did move the king to the corner. Why don't I? Nah, I ain't gonna check him. Why would I check him? I'm not that hungry. I'm not that hungry. What I am going to do is I want to move this up a bit. I'm gonna try to bait the bishop and see if he takes it. He's gonna have to move that bishop, otherwise I'm gonna claim a free piece. You better move it. His best option is to move it backwards. It's pretty smart, buddy. Pretty smart. I can't hold that against you. Now, you know what I don't want to do? I don't want to... He's going to... What if I move in a way that prevents him... Ooh. He can't move his king, so it doesn't matter. Because remember, the king can't take pieces. I don't feel like checking you, though. What I will do is pull this piece back. He's playing defensively. I don't blame him, though. You better move that king back. Otherwise, I'm going to force you to move it back. Hey, buddy. How you doing today? Boing! Move your king back. Move your king back. You don't have a choice but to move your king. You can't touch that horse. You can't touch my knight. You can't touch that. You have to move your king. And you know what's funny? You know that. And I should check you again. But I'm not going to do it. Bing, bing, bing. Should we sacrifice the queen? Nah. I'm not going to do that. Why would I sacrifice the queen? we have to be smart. You know what I want to do? I kind of want to open up the right side of my right side of the board. Cause like, see right here, the way if I learn the game more, if I learn it better, the person is they actually have to think now. You can try to take that if you want. I doubt that you would though. I'm gonna make it seem like it's a threat, but I'm not stupid. The queen is too much of a powerful piece to end up losing for no reason. You know what I can try and do? I can try to see if if his pawn will take my pawn. Cause what I'll do is I'll use my knight to check his king again. I might actually do it. I did say that I would bait it to see if he would take it. I don't know if he will. If he's paying attention, he won't do it. If he's paying attention, he won't do it. But what I will do, if he does take it, I'm going to use the horse. I'm going to check him. Then he'll move it back. Then I'm going to move this pawn up. Check him again. So it'll be a double check. But I have to make sure to not sacrifice the queen. If the queen gets threatened in any way, I'll pull her back. Because my goal is not to just get rid of a piece for no reason, you know? I don't think he's going to take it. If he did, you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about with what I want to do. But I don't think he's going to. Yeah, I didn't think he would take it. I could do this. Do that. He might take it though. Cuz it's too close. And there's no real penalty if he does take it. He'll get a free pawn if he takes it. The best move would have been to push the pawn up, because he wouldn't have been able to take it. So that's not too bad. Okay, so now what I want to do is this right here. Kring! Guys, do y'all think it's game over? Nah, it can't be game over yet. It can't be game over yet. I'm going to check him again, though. And then he can't move backwards. He has to move the king up or put his queen in front of me. That's the only thing for him to do. I figured he'd do that. Now we have a situation. Should I check him again? We could just get the queens out the way. Let's move over. Let's play it safe. Just for a little bit. Because the queen is doing some work right now. You know what I just thought about? His his knight is just sitting there. Oh, I know what I'm thinking though. I'm thinking about moving the queen up, right? And then taking this piece and then moving backwards just to see how he responds. Or I can move this bishop out a bit and I can start messing around with this. I could threaten the queen if he doesn't move it. What happened? He took a piece from me. Oh, I'm checked. What you got, buddy? Now he could sacrifice the queens and get the queens off the board. And that way we have to play a little differently. Pretty smart. It's a pretty interesting move there. I don't want to check him yet. Oh, but you know what? I can safely move this knight here. You can't take it. You can't take it. You can't check yourself. And if your queen wants to move in any interesting way, then you just might get snatched. But see, the funny thing about chess is you can still lose a game. Just when you thought that you were doing okay, you can still lose. Let's do this right here. Do you want to sacrifice your castle? Let's do this. Right now, the pieces are protected. Our pieces are protected. Cause see here, the best part about me not having like an actual strategy, right? The best part would be we could just get the queens out the way. Let's see. Go ahead. Take it. Hold on. Leave that there. Let's do... He has one. Let's do... Let's do this. Just because. I was like, that's a pretty weird move. You kind of lose a piece. But it's cool because I'm looking at something else. Interesting. Well, now you have to back... Oh, I like that. Not too shabby. Let's do this. How dare you! I'm about to play a game. Let's do... Ooh, I can't move it. You can't move that because he'll take... We could distract him. What if I do... Oh, wait. We only have one. What you thinking, Jay? What you thinking? You gotta use your cranial. Let's do that. Why? Why? Why is that But now he can't take it, and he's checked. He can only move. He resigned. Maybe he kind of flopped at the end. You guys think he kind of flopped at the end? We had 3 mistakes, 4 blunders, 2 mistakes. Let's hit it with the game review and see how we did. Hopefully you guys can still see everything, right? Oh, I'm kind of blocking. I didn't know I was... Oh, I was kind of blocking. Give me a second. Wait, Streamlabs. Let me block me for a second so you guys can kind of see the full game and kind of how it played out. Okay, we're about to start the review. It says, way to keep your eyes open. Grabbing that free piece saved you from a worse position. Hit it! E3 is a weak first move that doesn't do enough to control the center. E3 is a worst move? But is that not the king's pawn? Oh, he probably would have been better at E4. E5 takes space in the center, controls the D4 and F4 squares, and allows the queen and dark square bishop to develop. It's called the Van Kruijs or Van Kruijs opening. Get better at this opening. Chess of course, attacking repertoire for club players for black. Play 3 times as black. I think because I was watching a video and I learned what this move did, I'm like, oh, that's pretty decent. You miss an opportunity to kick a knight. Did I? Maybe that was him. This gives away a free knight. Yeah. Yeah, that's that guy. Did I take it? I did take it. This overlooks an opportunity to move a bishop to safety. Yeah, because this bishop was definitely threatened. You missed an opportunity to capture a vulnerable knight. Yeah, but to capture a knight and have my queen lose out to a pawn, it's not smart. This allows the capture of a knight to win material. This misses an opportunity to win a pawn through an eventual fork. It's just talking about like stats and, you know, like moves on both sides of the board. Because remember, he's protecting his queen, but baiting the queen too. I could take his queen with my queen, but then my queen loses out to a mere pawn. You permitted the opportunity to win material through a fork. You overlooked an opportunity to capture a vulnerable knight. No, I did not. Even though, like, you can look at it that way, I look at it like, Raw Fighter, how we doing? I look at it like, if he can't even touch that castle. He can't touch the castle, because if he tries to touch the castle, you can't check yourself. This allows the opportunity to eventually win a knight. This overlooks an opportunity to win material through a fork. So see this right here. He moves his knight in a weird place. So this is called the knight. I've been getting knights and rooks mixed up. I thought the knight was the horse. I guess I stand corrected. You miss an opportunity to tactically win a knight. That's not a missed opportunity. I'm not trying to lose a piece for free, because he can't. I can't challenge him if he gets it, if he takes it. So that's why I didn't. There are certain moves that I could have done that I didn't do. You allow the opponent to win a rook through a fork. Yeah, sometimes you have to let the opponent get a piece, because what you're doing is setting him up. White will be winning a rook in that fork. Yeah, I see that. I see that. Because I have to move the king. So he takes it. That rook was free for the taking. Absolutely. This wins a knight. That right there. He moved that piece in front of me. So I took it. That pin against the king will win a bishop. I said bishop. So I took his rook. I took the rook. This leaves the rook without defenders. This misses an opportunity to tactically win the bishop. Yeah, he could have snatched the bishop for free, but he moved his rook over to be closer to me. So I checked him. And when you check him, he has no choice but to move down. He either moves to the right or he moves down. Right here. And if his king was here in this spot, right? All I would have had to do was this. Shazam! Then he would have been checked again. But then this piece would have Hadouken. And then maybe I would have hit him with Shinduken. And then maybe he would have did either one of these or one of these. If he was not smart. Yeah, well, if he was smart, he probably would have just did that. Doing. But then if I would have tried to check him again, then it would have been like a never-ending thing. But right here is he resigned after this. No. He did his move. Bam. I did that bop. And I think he resigned here. Like I think he quit the game after this. Start from the beginning. Yeah, he resigned after that. Raw, how we doing, amigo? How we doing? We actually just won a chess game. I wasn't planning on winning. But that move was pretty strong. That move was pretty strong. I still got to learn how to play chess. The only, like, do you know the basics? Raw? Like, do you know, like, how the pieces move? Unfortunately, not. What? I could teach you if you want. I could teach you real quick. Only the basics, though. That's the only thing that I can confidently teach you. What is this? What website did it just try and take me to? Let me go to... I'm going to play against a bot just because. All right, let me play a bot real quick. So, your pawns have two options, right? Your pawn, you can do two moves with your pawns, and we're just talking the basics, right? So a pawn can move one space. Let me hide me real quick, or better yet, Shindoken smaller. So you have two options with your pawns. The lighter piece moves first. There are advantages to both. Just because you don't start off first doesn't mean anything, right? So what is this trash bot? Right? I got distracted. So you can do two things with these pieces. If you start on white, you move first. If you start on black, the darker keys, you move second. Your pawns, each pawn can move either one space or it can move two. So after that, now those are your pawns. Your castle, as long as it has space, your castles can move up and across. Like, your castle can only move in straight lines, and it can move however many spaces it's allowed to move. Like, as long as, like, you can't move a piece past another piece. Pretend that that's like a wall. So the castle can move all the way up, and if I stay here, he'll move, right? And my castle can move all the way across. That's your castle. Well, I'm sorry. I call them castles, but they're called rooks. Castle, rook, they both look like castles, right? Your horse, which is your knight. Your knight can move in an L shape. It's like that Tetris piece. Your knight can move in a shape of an L, right? So, and what you can do with chess, you don't always have to move your pieces forward. Some of your pieces are allowed to move backwards, right? So your knight right here, bam, it goes two spaces up and then one space to the right or one space to the left. Bam. That's your knight, aka the horse. Now, next you have your bishop. But what I want to do is I want to open up the board first so that you can see the bishop move. So what I'll do is I'll move this pawn, right? Because this pawn is actually going to open up space for me. But here's what I'll do. Remember how I moved? I think I moved that pawn up two spaces. You can move it up once, or you can move it up twice. For this demonstration, I will move it up once. Now you saw what this bishop just did? His bishop just came from the top of the planet and landed on Earth, right? So now this bishop can only move in diagonals. It can move forward and backwards across the map, but it can only move in diagonals. Now, your pawns can attack. Your pawns can attack pieces. Under what circumstance? The piece that the pawn is trying to attack is diagonal. As long as it's diagonal, your pawn can attack. Shazam, clown, get off me. Now this man, not only did he lose a bishop, but he lost a powerful piece to a mere pawn. But your pawns are strong too, because your pawns can become a stronger piece if your pawns get all the way to the other side of the board on an empty space. If you can get your pawn to the enemy's side, you can turn your pawn into a queen. You can turn your pawn into a bishop, and I believe you can turn your pawn into a castle. But you have to get the piece across the board safely. Now, the piece I haven't taught you about, I'm going to save the best piece for last. But there's a reason why I'm going to say that that's the best piece. I'm going to just play devil's advocate. Now, our bishop, right? We can move our bishop all the way up. And here's the thing with chess. Right? there's this. Well, let me not get lost in the sauce. I'm gonna teach you the pieces first. So the bishop can move all the way up, only in diagonals. So what I'm gonna do is this right here. Shin Doken. Now, what we just did, in case you know, we moved up, but remember the bishop moves in diagonals, right? Now, before this knight was here, it was on a space. Moving our bishop to this space, which is b5, right? What it did was there's this thing called check, and check means that your king is threatened. So you have to defend your king. If you don't defend your king in chess, the game is over. The king is by far the most valuable piece in the loop, the most valuable piece in the game, because having your king be checked stops all advances. If you're somebody that plays chess and you're aggressive and you get checked, you are forced to defend, because you cannot leave your king vulnerable, and you cannot purposefully make your king vulnerable. What does that mean? What that means is this. Let's say that this was a white piece. Let's say this was one of my pieces, right? The king would not be able to take this piece because my bishop would be able to attack the king. You can't put yourself in a situation where, you know, you can't check yourself. You know how people say, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Well, in chess, you can't force a check upon yourself. So now you know that the bishops move in diagonals, right? You know that the horses or the knights, right, move in L shapes, like that L Tetris piece. Your pawns move either one space or two spaces, and the only way that your pawn can attack is if the piece that you want to attack is diagonal from it, right? Now we move on to one of the most dangerous pieces in a chess game, and that's your queen. Your queen, I'm gonna put the queen in a space where what I want to show you makes sense, because I know what I want to show you, but I need the queen to be out in the open so you can actually see it. Right here. Oh no. Hold on. Let's get that out the way. Right here. Now watch what I'm getting ready to show you. Remember how I said that your queen is one of the most devastating pieces on the board, the most dangerous? Why do I say that? Because your queen can move anywhere. As your queen can move in a straight line anywhere on the map. That's why when I click this piece, you see all of these circles. Your queen can move wherever it wants. Why is that so dangerous? Because your queen, we all know that the queen likes angles. If you position your queen in a certain way, your queen can do a lot of damage to the enemy team. I can move my queen here. I can move the queen here, there, here, here, here. Everywhere you see any empty space and all it takes is a straight line to get to it, your queen can move there. Now, when you're playing chess, you want to protect your queen. And in order to protect your queen, you have to make sure that you're watching out for... You have to make sure that you're watching out for situations where your pieces can be taken. And then you have to watch out for, like, what pieces. But can the queen move up to G8? Let me see. G8. It could under one circumstance. Like, You can't see, but you can't move through pieces though. Like your queen can't do this and skip a piece. Your queen would have to take this piece, and then it can move. It can move to that. So if I try to get better positioning here, right? If my queen was here, I could easily move up there and snatch that piece because there's nothing blocking it. Like, you know how think of chess is similar to checkers, but you know how in order to attack like a piece that you want, it has to pretty much be like in range. With chess, right? You know, your queen can't take two pieces. You can only take one piece at a time. That's what differentiates chess from checkers. You know, checkers you can take a bunch of pieces if they're in the right spot. Chess doesn't work that way. You take one piece and then the opponent gets a turn. Now, that's pretty much the basics. Yeah, of course, you know, your castles move in straight lines, either up, you know, vertically or horizontally. That's the only thing that your castle can do. Some people say castle. I say castle. People say rook. People say knight. I say horse because it looks like a horse. Bishop. I say bishop. Everyone says bishop. And this is your queen. This is your king. Now the last piece that I got to teach you about on this board, your king. Your king can only move one space. As long as it's clear, your king can move one space. But remember, your king is a really important piece on the board. You can lose any piece. You can lose any of your pieces. If you lose your king, it's game over. If you check your king, you have to defend it. If your king gets checkmated, which means wherever you go, you're going to be attacked. Even, you know, I'm not going to overcomplicate it. Wherever you go, your king is like trapped. If your king is trapped, that means checkmate. That means that your king can't move anywhere to defend itself because everywhere is like blocked off. So your king is pretty much boxed in. Boxed in means checkmate. You can't reverse a checkmate. You can't defend it. It means game over. Your king can only move one piece at a time. When your king gets checked, you have to move it. So what I'll do is this. I'm going to take this bishop and I'm going to take this knight. Now what that's going to do is going to check the king. And so what's going to have to happen is I'm pretty sure that the queen is going to take this knight, right? The queen is going to take it. You want to know why? Because you have to defend the king. You can't not defend the king. So let's check the king. That's a check. The queen should take it. Now the queen took it because you have to defend it. If you don't defend, you know, you're setting yourself up for failure. Now, remember, now we kind of just like play the game. So what I'm going to do here is just continue. We're gonna so you can kind of see how the pieces move since you know you have the basics now. Now you just play. So basically, some of our moves forces the opponent. Yeah. That's a way better way of putting it. That's a way better way of putting it. So what I want to do is this. I want to move this up. One. Oh, that's dirty. That's a little dirty. Right? So with that, now I want to move over. And this, remember, you're see now you see I'm checked. Right here, I just got checked. So whatever I was doing with my queen just now, trying to defend, trying to attack, I can't attack, I can't set up. I have to defend the king because you, like I said, you can't not defend it. You have to. There is no, oh, I'll defend it later. Nah, you got to defend it. So you have to either move your king. You can move your king out the way, or you can sacrifice a piece. Now, in this case, if I put the bishop in front of this queen, and if the queen takes it, my pawn can take the queen. Let's see if he takes the bait, though. He did not. Now, since he did not take that bait, what I will do is this. I'm going to move this pawn up, and I'm going to threaten the queen. And if the bot is smart, well, I actually didn't see that my queen was vulnerable, but that set the guy up for failure in the sense of I can take his queen. Now, here's the thing. When you're playing chess, you can't be so stuck on focusing on taking just taking the opponent's pieces, or getting too greedy, because you may be taking away pieces from their side, but then see, I forgot about my queen, so my queen got snatched off the planet. So what I will do is this right here. Since my queen just got snatched, I'm going to take his queen. You want to know why? I feel like that's an even exchange. Bam! Take his queen. Now, his bishop might take my bishop, of course. That makes perfect sense. Now, what I want to do here in this scenario, I want to start moving pieces up the board just because. I want to see if I can get my pawn across the map. His piece might take mine, so you have to be, because you got to be careful. So see what he just did with his king and his rook, he swapped them. Now, I didn't know that people could do this in chess until I played chess online. You can swap your king and the rook, but that's maybe like a beginner, I won't even say beginner, maybe intermediate level move, because that's something that I didn't witness until this game. So right now, see, I'm trying to get my pawn across the board. I recognize that his castle is a threat. His bishop could take my knight, but not without sacrifice. Now, in chess, when you're playing a game and people have the opportunity to take a piece, you want to make sure that they answer for that. You don't want people to get a piece for free. Okay? You don't want them to snatch a piece off the board for free 99 on a Tuesday evening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on. I'm watching his bishop, but I see if I move my pawn right here, the bishop could take it. If I move this pawn right here, his pawn could take my pawn. You have to watch what you're doing, because it's like if you get a free move. See, now we're checked. We're checked, right? That was pretty stupid of him, because he just brought his castle all the way to the bottom of the board, talking about something. Hey, Grubby, do you eat tomatoes? Nah, I eat ketchup, right? So he just lost a piece for free 99, which was a pretty stupid move. So now what we're going to do is we're going to keep trying to move pieces up the board. Now, Raw Fighter, check this out. Look at this setup. I'm going to move this pawn up, and I want to see if his bishop is going to take this pawn. Because what you can do with your pawns, even though they move one space, you can use your pawns as bait for snatching a stronger piece. It's just when you're going up against an actual person, they're somewhat paying attention. You don't want to lose your queen to a pawn. You don't want to lose any stronger piece to a pawn. But your pawns are pretty powerful pieces on the board too. Your pawns have the potential to flip a whole game around, because if you get a pawn to the other side of the board, you can have two queens. You can have two queens on the board. That's dirty. That's a lot of board coverage. So what we're going to do is I'm going to keep trying to push these pawns up. We're checked again. So now what I'm going to do is move this piece up because I'm going to threaten his bishop. Now, if he doesn't move his bishop away from me, I'm taking it. But you see what he just did? He moved it. Smart move. I can't take his bishop because if I were to try and take it, I would be checking my king. I can't do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep trying to move these pieces up the board. All right. Now I can do something like this. Bam. His pawn might take mine. And what I can do is I could either take that piece, like we have the opportunity to just snatch his piece off the board, or we can move past him and try to get our pawn to be a queen. So what I'm going to do is, instead of me snatching his piece, because that'll put his king one step closer to me, I'm just going to play passively a little bit. I'm going to try to move my pawn across the board. But you remember, you're still watching for these pieces right here. Now, in a normal circumstance, if his pawn wasn't right here and I moved up, which I'm about to do, Shadouken, his bishop would be able to snatch my piece off the map. But now I'm checked again. So now I have to acknowledge the check. But once again, he's a dummy because in order to evade his castle, I could snatch his bishop. Shadouken! And now he's going to move. The smart... Okay. Well, he's a dummy again. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes the opponent's piece can be taken by more than one piece. I can let this rook know who the king is and snatch him off the map, or I could kick him in the face with the horse. Either way, the smartest thing for you to do would be to snatch his piece. Shadouken. Right? Even though you're moving, you see this right here? You see what he just did? He's watching. He's watching. He's trying to prevent my pawn from being a queen. Now remember, Raw, every piece on your board is just as important. They all have they're all important pieces. So you know what I'm gonna do? I have two options. I can move my pawn right here and get a queen, but he'll take the piece anyway because it'll be his turn. Or I can bring my castle. Hadouken. Now his king can't take it. He can block me though. I wasn't really expecting that. But you see, he wasn't able to take it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to move other pieces up the board. He's going to answer for his crimes. Here we go. His pawn might take it. Okay. Move. Oh, snap. Raw, do you see a I mean, for a second I thought I saw a checkmate. It's not a checkmate yet. And the reason why it isn't a checkmate is because he's going to be able to take this piece because we're about to check him, right? His only defense is taking the pawn that just checked him. Now he's checked. So he takes the piece. But guess what? He's in a soggy situation because now my pawn can become a queen. And he still can't take it because my castle is defending that piece. Shadouken. So when you bring your piece across the board, now he has to answer for his crimes. So he had to move. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try and checkmate him. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to move my knight here. I'm trying to set him up. He moves back. I'm going to move the king up. Duking! I'm going to take that piece. You want to know why? Because you know what you don't want? You don't want for their pieces, you don't want for his pawns to go across the board for free. Now, here's what I'll do. What I want to do is I want to check him again. I'm going to check him like this. Because see, either your castle can check him or your queen can check him. But what you don't want to do is, oh, I'm going to just move my queen close and I'm going to check him right here. Because you're giving him a free piece. He's going to have to answer for that. Don't ever let them take a piece and not answer for it. But when you're playing chess, you have to watch the whole board. You have to watch out for everything. So what we're going to do is, oh, snap. I can check him with my horse. Dogging. He's going to have to move here. See? That he has to not get caught in the sauce for free. So now what I'm going to do, I could check him again just to move him back because I'm pretty sure. Let's, it's a bot. So let's see if he responds the way I think he will. I'm going to check him again. He'll move here. And then I'm going to move back. And then he'll probably move back to that spot. No. You can't always predict what a bot is doing. Dogging. Check them again. You see how he can't do anything else. So here's the thing. Now you got to pay attention. Because if your main goal is to trap his king and win the game, you want to make sure that whatever he think he about to take, he not taking for free. So what I'll do is this. I'm going to move I could have moved the castle there, but I'm going to move my king there. Because he's not going to get the pawn. Remember, he cannot check himself. So I'm about to push him backwards. You're going to have to go back. He has to go back in front of. Okay, you don't have to go in front of the pawn. So now what I can do, I can probably do. Where are we? We can move. Got this. He's moving around. Let's move. I want to move because now I kind of want to get those pieces. I'm going to leave his king alone just for a moment. He's not checked. But you see he's sniffing? You see why he's sniffing my knight? Get off me. Now he got checked. He's still here. See? Now you see the situation that we're in right now? Now my knight is vulnerable. And why is my knight vulnerable? Because he's sniffing for $1. So I'm trying to see if I can set him up. I don't think I can. In this situation, wherever my knight moves, he can snatch. So what I'm going to do is, now my knight is a lost cause. Let's see if I could get another piece across the board. Because you know what I'm thinking? He has two options. He can knock out the knight, or his pawn can take out my pawn. Let's see what he does. That's the smartest thing he could have ever did. Oh, I'm stupid. So sometimes I don't even pay attention to what I got. We thought he would have been able to take the knight. My queen is defending it. Shindoken. I'm about to disrespect him. Doken. Watch this. Ready? Ready for this? Doken. Yeah. Now it's just his king on the board. You stupid. You're not getting this piece. And you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? Since you want to be smart, I'm gonna check you. Remember, he can't put himself in harm's way. Now, ooh. You think you're slick, right? You see how he's threatening my rook right now? He don't even know. He can't take it because pawns attack in diagonals. And remember, you cannot check yourself. Right now, What? Can I go backwards? He cheating. He cheating. I didn't know he could do that. That's interesting. Let me back up some. What the? Ah! I hate you. Made me lose my peace. You clown. So now what we got here? Now we have a situation. See how the game is kind of changing? But right here, he can't take the pawn. If you do play recklessly, you can lose your pieces. But in this situation right here, let's defend the knight with our king. See what's going on here. Now, let me see if I can back up a little bit. So what is he doing with his king? He moves closer to me. He can't take that piece. It's a threat. He's watching it though. Interesting. Yep. You trying to snatch a piece? Well, you're stupid. Something told me he would move closer. I know what I want, and I know what he's not allowing to happen right now. So I just thought about something. We could threaten his piece right now. Move the queen over here. He can't snatch a piece. He can't take that. So he's checked again. So he has to move. And our pawn can still move up the board because he can't take the rook. I mean, he can't take the knight because once again, the king can't put himself in jeopardy. Draw by stalemate. Draw. I count that as a win for me. No, nah, bro. You were clearly about to lose. But you get it? Does that make sense? You got that, Raw? I hope it makes sense. Well, the game pretty much well explained. I did a little bit, you know. I kind of want to beat this clown now. See, oh, it's a draw. I count that as a win, bro. You're not better than me. Now let's go again. Let's do it. Nah, like I feel disrespected. I don't like the way he talking to me. Let's do that. Ooh. I thought about it. Do it anyway. Why not? See, now he can take the bishop for free. But now his bishop is his knight was threatened. So, now we continue. Got to keep on going. And then the thing is, like, you want to make sure that you're able to kind of like set pieces up, you know? And in a way that like this game does have strategies. Like, there are strategies to this game. And I'll be honest and say, you know, for me, that I don't know all the strategies, but sometimes not having a strategy is a great benefit because you have an unorthodox play style that people have that people are going to have difficulties predicting. Now, his knight is not going to take that pawn because I'll be able to snatch him off the planet. What I am going to do is I'm going to bait possibly all three of these pieces with this pawn. But if he's smart, he's not going to take that. He's not going to take that piece, not unless he wants to trade. See? Now, you have the option to attack a piece or not attack. I think there are certain pieces where you know, it's like you asked before and you said, well, sometimes you have to, you know, some of the moves forces the opponent to do something. Sometimes you have to take a piece. I'm a little confused with that sometimes because I don't really get it. You know, I don't sometimes I'm not really aware of all of the situations in which that could happen. But now he might move his knight. He is not going to move his knight. He's going to leave the knight out there. Now, what I want to do is... Oh, no, that's pretty dumb. I could lose my pawn instantaneously because of the pawn on the other side of the board. But guess what? He'll lose a much more powerful piece. But the where this pawn was, the placement... I'm surprised he didn't take it. But since he didn't, I can't really do too much right now because my piece is threatened. So I can't really be bothered with that pawn. This pawn right here is practically a lost cause under one circumstance. I figure out how to move my way up that board and start to like threaten the pieces on the other side. But of course, if you want to start moving your queen, you want to be smart with what you're doing. So now we just gotta play. I don't really know why he would move back, but what I'm going to do is move this here. I want to see if he'll take it. Is that pawn about to bite the dust? It did not. Oh, he's stupid. Uh-oh. Oh, look at that. We're checked. You know what I'm going to do? Snatch him off the planet. Just like... I could snatch him off the planet. Or... we could just move our king. We can move our king. So, now, we have to respond in the way that I think I should respond. As much as I don't want to lose a rook, let's do it. We'll lose that. The smartest thing, yeah, I was about to say, the smartest thing for him to do is snatch that piece. So now, what we can... It's not safe enough for us to move our pawn to their side because they'll just snatch it. Not unless I set it up. He checked me too. Okay. So let's do this. Bam! Now we have two queens, but he might take one. He took a queen. Ooh. But now he has the ability to take my other queen. You see? What you do, you just might end up losing pieces because of it. So let's do this. Now we have to play a little defensively. Okay, he didn't act. Ow. You're a clown. Now you lost that piece. Let's just say in that circumstance, he was moving too fast. Okay. Let's do this. Go ahead and take it. I dare you. He didn't take it. You extra stupid for that. Ouch. That stung. Okay. Now. One thing I forgot. Your bishops, the color that your bishop is on, it can only attack pieces on the white on its corresponding space. Like your bishop can only attack any enemy piece that's on white spaces. But you have two bishops. You have one bishops for white spaces and your other bishop for shaded spaces. That's like your bishop's restrictions. It can only move around on those spaces. So you can use that to set people up. So what I'll do is I'm actually going to start destroying his board from this side. Want to know why? Because if I attack his board from behind, I can safely I can have an easier time moving my pieces across the board and not have them be snatched. So it seems like they're attacking my pawn right now. So what I want to do is this right here. His pawn is finished. Oh, you think I'm stupid? How about this? Doing. See, all of your pieces are important. You defend them, because when you defend your pawns and they make it to the other end of the board, it's a queen, and the king can't take it. The king can't take it. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm about to double down on this clown. That's another check. Checkmate, you clown. No, you can't win. I'm telling my dad. That's what you get, stupid. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. That's what we call a checkmate. That's what we call a checkmate. Because, see, no matter where he goes, he's stuck. He can't move his king up. He can't move his king there because the queen has that section, has this whole side locked down. And our bishop is right here. It has this locked down. He can't move here because, remember, the king can only move one. He can't move here. And he can't move there because the queen got you, period. Game over. Can we get a game review? And just so you can kind of see, ew, get unlimited. No, I don't care about that. Man, play. I literally had 3 queens in this game. I never had 3 queens before. See, defending. Yup. Game over, clown. That's it. Just like that. Like, I'm not the best at chess. You know, people always ask me, oh, Grout, what's your ELO in chess? Bro, my ELO is 0. What is it, actually? I know it's low, though. I know it's like 3. Right now it's 4, 50, 51. But, like, when you go up against regular people, it gets harder. It gets harder because usually the people that you're going up against, they actually play. Like, they actually have strategies. And I learned that people had strategies when I lost like 3 to 4 games in a row. I'm like, oh, I'm playing chess as, like a regular person, and these people actually play. Like, these people actually have strategies. And there are so many strategies to chess that you kind of just have to figure out what your play style is. And then once you do that, you'll learn. Chess can be a pretty intense game. You know, it's all strategy. It's not like it isn't like checkers, but you know, strategy is involved in it all the same. But hopefully, you know, I explained it well enough. Now, where's my music? Where's my music? Where's my music?
Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Whatever you do it for $1.
You know, I can tell from here that bird's about to watch.
That's nasty. But there you go. That's all I got for you as far as like teaching how to play chess. When it comes down to strategies, you're asking the wrong person. When you want the strategies, say you love me again. So I'm speeding. I'm speeding. Whoa. Speeding. 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 Speeding day. Ooh. Time moving forever, no. So I'm speeding. But that's all I have for you. Guys, I was thinking about the next video game to play. I still gotta learn how to play chess. Oh, that's old. No message. Even though I was going up against a bot, I think that because I wasn't being too aggressive with him, that it worked for a nice little teaching experience. That was pretty decent, actually. But then I had to blow him out. Like, I had to send him back to the planet Earth. He was pissing me off. Oh no. You got it. You got to raw and raw. Playing chess. Just go to chess.com. It's free. You can play for free. Just eating Lay's chips. Okay. Okay. I'm eating breakfast biscuits. A grub gotta eat. You know, since Ying don't be feeding me, I gotta eat these. The audacity. Just for that, Ying ain't getting no back massage today. She going straight to sleep. But yeah, I used to play chess when I was little, but I never took it seriously. I always knew how to play, like how to move the pieces. But it wasn't until I saw I saw a short recently, and it was like, oh, this move is called, or oh, when you start off playing a game with when you open with the king's pawn, it creates a lot of area to work with in the center because it controls the center. And I'm like, I see that. Because you can understand something, but sometimes you have to see it. And when I saw it, that's one move that I know. After that, it's really just watching out for how your opponent is trying to set you up and watching out for the opponent baiting you. Because sometimes you'll be so focused on the center of the board that you're not paying attention to everything that's happening in the background. Because it could be a setup in the background too. Blueberry. These things have 3 grams of protein. I got you. You want some? Nope. I ain't sharing. I ain't sharing nothing. It's all mine. It's all mine. Do y'all think that you guys would be interested in another PlayStation 2 game? And what if that PlayStation 2 game was Dino Crisis 2? Would y'all be interested in that? We already played the first one. Or Need for Speed Carbon. I would just have to restart the whole thing. Emily wants to play. That clown had to go. Well, I think we did okay. Started the stream a little early. It's 8:40 p.m. How y'all feeling? Guys, wait. Fighter. Nitro. How would y'all feel if I tried to make another soundtrack? What you think? And you know the one that I want to try and make. I want to try and make one that's a little more. With a little more Asian influence. A little more of like an Asian like feel to it. It would be nice. I would have to play it by ear. It gives us something to do. It gives you guys something to listen to. Nitro, what you think? What you think, Nitro? Huh? Answer me. I haven't really sat down and made a new one yet. I mean, actually, I'm lying. I've made a couple, but none that I've taken seriously. But I'd rather do a little bit of everything. That'll be interesting from your perspective. You know what? Okay. I hear you. Close that. I have my chat in front of me so I can always see you guys. We are going to make something new. All right. Give me. I think I want to move the screens a bit. You want to know why? Because I want this screen in front of me. So I'm going to need the window capture to be